On the 28th of December 1908, a postman called Robert Cunningham set off from Ballantrae in blizzard conditions to deliver the mail to the surrounding hamlets and farmhouses. On his way home, he took a detour over the moor as the main road was blocked by the snow, but he never made it back home. His body was found 2 days later, lying on his empty mail sack, covered by the snow. He was 27 years old. The following year, a cross was erected in his memory. And it reminds me of the story of another young man lost in the snow. The parents of a boy in the Highlands died when he was very young, and as he had no one to care for him, he went to live with his grandfather, who was a shepherd. His grandfather told him many of the stories in the Bible, especially stories about shepherds. He told him about how Moses and David had been shepherds, and how Jesus is described in the Bible as the good shepherd who laid down his life for the sheep. The boy had never learned to read, so his grandfather taught him a simple way to remember the first 5 words of Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd." He took the boy's left hand, and as he said each word, he would point to a finger. "The Lord is my shepherd." And the grandfather noticed that the boy took special pleasure in that word "my," holding his 4th finger tightly. As the boy grew older, he was able to take the sheep out by himself to find pasture. But late one afternoon, the old man became worried. The weather was bitterly cold that day, and it had been snowing for some time. The snowstorm turned into a blizzard, and the old man put on his coat and hat and raced out of the house in search for the boy. But the fierce winds and the blinding snow made it impossible to go further. He would soon lose all sense of direction, and he had to turn for home. He arrived home, slumped down in his chair in front of the fire. Nothing could be done until the blizzard stopped. He prayed that God would watch over the boy. He thought about the things that he tried to teach him, and he hoped that he wouldn't forget. The grandfather had a long and restless night. By morning, the snow had stopped, and the old man wasted no time. He went to where he thought the boy might be sheltering. Suddenly, in the distance, he saw a mound in the snow. His heart sank as he raced towards it. Desperately, he pushed the snow away, and there he saw the little shepherd lad frozen to death. And the old man wept as he looked sadly at the little body. As he continued to brush the snow away, he noticed that the boy's hands were clasped in a strange way. His right hand was firmly gripping the 4th finger of the left hand. And the old man remembered how he had taught him to say, "The Lord is my shepherd," by holding a finger for each word. There was no doubt that the finger the lad was holding stood for the word "my." The old grandfather lifted up his eyes and thanked God that the little shepherd boy had known that the good shepherd was his shepherd. And Psalm 23 is still a much loved psalm today. It's often sung at funerals, and yet the story of the shepherd boy makes me wonder how many people can say that the Lord is my shepherd. Sadly, I suspect that at many funerals those words are not true of the deceased. They're not true of many of those present. They may not even be true of the minister conducting the service. But ultimately, in the face of death, having the Lord as our shepherd is the only thing that really matters. The Bible teaches in another famous chapter that all we, like sheep, have gone astray. We have turned everyone to our own way. And yet the tremendous good news, prophesied 700 years before the cross, is that the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. And so if Jesus is our shepherd, he will guide us safely home to heaven itself. That shepherd boy didn't have much, but he had the one thing that really mattered.